Hi guys, welcome to Digital TechJoint. I hope everybody is doing good. In this video, we are going to learn about using ASP.NET Identity, and we are going to use and implement Facebook login in our application. Before we start with this, in my channel Digital TechJoint, I have already released two videos related to identity service. The first one, which talks about the ASP.NET Identity registration, login and logout. And the second one, I implemented role-based authorization in the application. So if you're new to this channel and if you're watching this video on identity the first time, I recommend that you watch both these videos right over here and then come to this video and understand how to implement external login in an application. Now, the identity service provided by Microsoft enables you to establish external logins like Facebook and Google. In this video, I'm going to focus on Facebook login. So let's get started. So I'll open Visual Studio 2022 and I'm using .NET Framework 7.0. Let's create a new project. Select ASP.NET Core MVC template. Click on Next. Here I'm going to say FB Demo. This is where the project will be saved, and then click on Next. Here I'm using .NET 7.0 and make sure that you tick configure for HTTPS. The reason is, while we are doing this implementation Facebook, we will require to add our application URL in the Facebook console, which is expecting HTTPS protocol. So make sure that you tick configure for HTTPS and click on create. So project template is loaded. Now the second thing which we'll do is that we will add our scaffolding identity service. So right click on the project FB demo, click add new scaffold item, and I select identity, click on identity, click add. The add identity will prompt you to add the pages, the Razor pages and the functionality that you need for the user management. For now, I'm going to select all the components. I select the login, registration, external login, which is important, two-factor authentication, confirmation, everything. Now, once I select all the components, I click on add DB context class because we are using a scaffolding item. So I just say add new DB context class. Here you can see the DB contest name is FB demo contest. I'll just add a prefix DB so that we all understand this is a database contest class. We click on add. Data provider is SQL Server, and then we click on add. Right now all the packages and everything will be set up, and entire user management will be added in our project in the Razor format. So anybody who's new to Razor pages and have not worked with Razor pages, I have created a very full-blown Razor page course in my channel. Please, I recommend everybody to go and watch Razor pages because Microsoft has implemented the entire identity service using Razor pages. So even though the project is MVC, you can see it is created a folder called areas. Inside areas there is a folder called identity, and inside identity there are data as well as pages. Now these pages are all the pages that are inbuilt provided by Microsoft, which will enable us to configure, customize the user registration, login and all the user management related components. Now when you expand accounts, you can see all these pages are there, and these are all developed in Razor pages. That is the reason we have the file CS where we have the code behind, and then we have CS HTML where you have the Razor syntax. So if you are new to Razor pages, I recommend that you go to my channel, understand Razor pages, go through the project that I have created, and then come back and understand this tutorial. Okay, so now we have the identity component ready. What we will do is that we will actually run the project now. First, let it build successfully. So you see our project is loaded, but we need to call that registration and login component over here in the navbar. So let's do one thing. In order to do that, we will go to views, we'll go to shared, and in the layout, just above the closing tab of the navbar, I am going to refer the partial class, partial name, and this will be login partial, and I close the site. So now if I run the application, I will be able to see the option menu and login. All this is explained in the previous two videos. So you can see the register and login is click. Now when I click on login, there won't be any action, whereas when I click on register, it is not producing any action. Reason, because in our MVC application we have included the RazorPay component. So we need to go to programs and just after authorization app.map Razor pages. We have to add this tag. Now before we actually go ahead and use it, I'll just run the application once again. And I click on login. So here is the login page, and then when I click on registration, and here is the registration place. But this will not work because after we have set up our project for Identity, we have actually not created the database, and for that we need to do the migration. Before that, we just go to app setting, and you can see automatically there is a database connection added. Server is local DB and the database FB demo. So we need to create the tables for storing all the registration and the login details and claim and token details for this project. For that, we need to run the migration command. So second step is go to tools, click on NuGet packet manager, select packet manager console, and I say add migration initial DB setup. This is our first DB setup, and I click on enter. Build started and build succeeded. Okay, now you can see there's a migration folder created, and then it has all the scripts for the tables that are required, and then I say update database. Done, successfully created. Now let's connect our database. So click on tools, say connect to database, and enter the server name. For me, the server name is right over here, local MS SQL local DB. I just copy this, click on connect to database, click on server name, remove this one slash, and then click on database, and here you can see FB demo, which is created by Microsoft, and I click on connect. So we see this FB demo is created, and here you can see all these tables got created by running the script. Right now there is no users, obviously we not created any users. We'll create that one user and then we log in. After that we will start integrating Facebook login in our application. Please note, in the app setting, if you wish to create your own database and save it in your, instead of local DB to your enterprise edition, then you can mention the connection string accordingly over here and then run the migration command. Fine, so this is done. So what we're going to do is that we will run an application now, and you notice one thing, when you click on login or register, there is on your right hand side you can see use another service to register. So here we need to add the Facebook button so that one can register using the Facebook account. But before we do that, we will generally try to register one user, admin123$, admin123$, and click on register. Never. So this is a mock-up a page which confirms your email address. Right now it is not actually sending the email address. We can also set up sending actual email to the specified email address. Okay, we click here to subscribe. The email address is confirmed. Now if I click on login and I say ABC and I put the $123. Okay, admin $123 and click on login, you can see it's logged in. Hello abc@yahoo.com. Okay, so now let's go ahead and configure our application to include the Facebook button. So before we go into that, let us first configure our Facebook account to allow this application to log in through Facebook account. So for that we need to go to browser and here you type Facebook developer. Click on Meta for developer Facebook. I've already so I have to log in. I just do the login, enter the password. So once you log in, you can see this option called My Apps. So here I have created a couple of demo apps. We will be using Social M login, but I will create one app for you and show you how to configure it. So we will click on Create App, and you have to select Set up Facebook login. Click on Next. This is for the website. Click website and no, I am not building the game. Click on Next. This is your app name, FB demo app. So it will not take FB, so say demo app. This is the email address. Click on create. So this is our demo web app created. This is an app ID. Now if you click on products, you can see this product is configured. Then you have to click on configure, select setting, and this is a page where actually we will have to do the setup. Here we need to add the valid OAuth redirect URL. Okay, and then we have something called advanced setting. So here actually we don't have to do any setup. It is only in the basic setup where we have, when you click on basic, so first there is a product where you have something called settings and then quick start. In the quick start you select web, you specify your website. So this will be your application URL. This will be this URL. Specify this way and click on save. So remaining these all settings are default. So once I do that, I can go to basic again. Here I don't have to specify, so site URL is already added over here. Click on products again, select settings, and here you specify the valid OAuth URL. So in this case what you need to do is just copy that URL, which is https localhost, and you have to add / then sign in -Facebook and click on save. Okay, so this is currently in a development mode, but when you go to whenever you are pushing this piece of code to production, then you will have to add the privacy URL and everything which is there over here. Yeah, so here you have to add the namespace, app domain, privacy URL, terms and service URL. Otherwise your web app login, Facebook login will not work on the production. Right now we are doing it on a development mode, that is why it is okay if we don't fill up this information. So this is it. This is the settings that we need to do, and most important is that when you click on your settings, not the settings, sorry, when you click on settings and basic, you will see app ID and secret ID, which will be used in our ASP.NET Web application to be included in the program.cs file. So let me click on my apps, and this is a social M login that I created. And here, if you click on basic, I've used app ID and secret ID. I will be using this account. Okay, but I've showed you how to create an app. So once that is done, what we need to do next is our Facebook app is configured. We are going to use social M login. Okay, and I showed you where all we have to do what settings. So once that is done, we will come to our programs and include the option to add the identity. But before we do that, there is one step I forgot. Right click on Facebook demo, click on manage NuGet package, browse and enter Facebook. Select Microsoft ASP.NET Core Authentication.Facebook. Click on install. Fine, so it is installed. Now come back to program.cs. Right above where app builder.build, you add the option. So here is the builders.services.add authentication, and then add Facebook option. Here I'm going to say option dot app ID and option dot secret app secret. Okay, I save this, go back to my dashboard, and here I copy the app ID, paste it, and then I copy the app secret and I paste that to over here. Fine. Now if you notice, once I do that, you will see the app button in the login or registration. Okay, so let's run the project now. Now when I click on login or register, you can see the Facebook button is displayed over here. Now let's go ahead and test our application. So we have one user. Let me also open the database. Yes, this is a database. Let's click on this tables, and right now if you see view data, so you will see there is only one record ABC that I created. Okay, let's go click on Facebook. Okay, the redirect will fail because okay, got it. So let me just check. Since I am using this social M login which is already configured, so URL, there could be a URL change. Let me just check. Click on products, settings. Okay, so I specified this URL 7193, but let me check what is the port my application is running. Run the application. Okay, it is 7081. Come back to my, and I've changed this. Okay, let me copy this Let me copy the entire URL, come to my paste it over here and just type sign in dot Facebook and click on save. Also I need to go to products, quick start, click on web and change this URL also. Okay, now if you click on settings, basic, I should see the correct URL. So it's 7081 and then click on product, settings, 7081. Fine. So this is a setup done. Let's log out from here and go back to our project. Let's rerun. This time you should not see that error because the URI mentioned was wrong. Click on register, click on Facebook. Yes, you can see the error is gone. Now I'm going to use my Facebook account, Digital TechJoint. I click on login. Click never. Now I was able to successfully authenticate my account from my application, and this is a confirmation you successfully authenticated with Facebook. Please enter the email address for it below and click the registration. Now this is the email address I got from Facebook, and when I click on register, I'm not entering the password because every time when I want to log in, I'll use my Facebook account as a login. That is the functionality that we are building. I click on register and now it will ask for confirmation of the email address. I click on confirm, and now if I log in again and click on Facebook, see, you can see it's already taken up the account and I can see that it is logged in. Plus if I go to my database, right click on the users table, ASP.NET user table, and say view data. You can see it's already added Digital TechJoint. It doesn't have an hash password because it is authenticating directly from Facebook. Okay, so this is how my data got authenticated and I was able to log in. You can see user login session, and you can see ASP.NET user login table, and you can see I've got one user. It is mapped at user ID and provided is Facebook. If I had included Google, then the provider could be Google also. So just to recap and understand, we were able to first configure an app. So we configured in Facebook developer account an app. We provided the required application URI and the URLs, and the app gave us the app ID and the secret ID. We took that app and secret ID and the app secret. In the program.cs file, we included the option to work with Facebook authentication. So we added this code, add authentication at Facebook, and we provided the app ID and the app secret. Once this was provided, we were able to see the button, Facebook button over there in our application. So if customer wants to do Facebook authentication, he can just click on Facebook. The moment he clicks on Facebook, it will redirect. So in my case, it's already taken up the session active. That is why it is displaying digitaltechjoint@gmail.com directly. Okay, so this is how once we enable our external login to our application, this is how we need to do it. Also, if you want to know further information on this, if you click on areas and then you click on identity and pages, click on accounts, you can see there is something called external login. So this is the main page actually which has all the source code over here, which actually manages the redirection to the Facebook, fetches the email address, displays the registration page, which is over here, okay, and then submits it and adds that record into our database. So I have this concept is absolutely clear, and if you want to extend this login registration page, then you can add more fields to it. We can ask Facebook to provide email and other entities and fields if its access is provided, and that even that can be saved into your database. Further, on identity, as I mentioned earlier, there are 2 more videos in my channel. I recommend that you go and watch it, so that the entire concept of identity service is clear. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, share my channel with your friends, colleagues and family members, and help us to grow our Digital TechJoint channel. Thank you.